In political science for class 11th, we are continuing the chapter Federalism. And the federalism is the system in which the power to administer is divided between center and state governments. And how the administration is carried on, that is possible by having center state relations. And the powers are derived from the main source or the authority, and that is the constitution, by both the government, union government, as well as the state governments. And the relations between center states can be understood by analyzing these three perspectives, like legislative relations, administrative relations, and financial relations. These are the main areas that help in establishing good relations, smooth functioning, harmonious relations between center and state governments, so that the all round development of all the areas and the people of the country is possible. Now, first, we'll take legislative relations. Children, if you remember, I have told you about legislative relations in the previous lecture also. So, I am here giving you just the introduction or just the revision of that part. So, legislative relations, they are related to making of the laws on various topics, areas known as the subjects. And there are so many areas. So, we have categorized them, not we, the makers of the constitution, they have categorized them or grouped them in three main lists, so that the state governments and the union governments, they know on which subjects or areas they have to make laws, either the state government or the union government. And that also was told that the topics, the subjects of national and international importance are dealt by the union government, and the areas that are in different amount or level, or they are different in different states, they are dealt by, or the laws are made, formed on such topics or subjects by the state governments accordingly. So the union list is of those subjects that are of national and international subjects, state list for the state governments to legislate the laws on, and the third one is concurrent list. So concurrent list is the list of those subjects that are of national importance also, as well as of state importance also. So that is common. Now we take the second perspective, and that is administrative relations. Now, administrative relations are mainly related to the implementation of the laws, to run the smooth functioning of the state, and to implement the policies framed by the government from time to time. And we know that although we have federal system, but we have strong center. And in order to have smooth all-round development throughout the country, there is the provision of having control of the union government over the state governments, so that equal and same development is taking place. And for this, we see that there are some provisions, like the governor is an agent of the center. This is also told, but there is no harm in repeating that. And you know that the governor is appointed by the president, and through him the state government is checked and controlled in certain necessary conditions. And he is also empowered to use his discretionary power as and when required. So this is one way how the state government is checked, not always, but as and when it is required. Then the central government has the right to issue instructions to the state governments, and the state government is doing all these things only on the basis of the rules, regulations, conditions, provisions mentioned in the constitution. So the central government has the right to issue instruction to the state government, and it is for the state government to use their administrative power in such a way that makes the central government easy to use its administrative power. So that means it makes the good relations between the union government and state government, so that whatever the rules and laws and policies are good for the country, for all the states, they are easily applicable or implemented with the support and cooperation of the state governments. So such instructions are given, and sometimes check is also put on the state governments to do so. Then the state government is obliged to obey the orders of the union government. That is also an obligation, that is compulsory for them, important for them to follow such orders or obligations which are from the union government side. And this is so to avoid any constitutional crisis. Otherwise, it will lead to the president's rule in the state. And when the president rule is applied, exercised, then all the state government powers ceased to function, and the control of that state is direct in the hands of the union government. Then another thing is river water flow. You know that many rivers in our countries flow, and there is no boundary of the river generally, and they flow across many states also. So sometimes the clashes, the disputes may arise related to the river water sharing, and to avoid such clash, the preventary measures are also taken, and the instructions are also given from time to time for proper due river water sharing. Okay, and sometimes if the disputes arise, they are also solved by the union government. Then the state government is to follow the issue or the instruction given by the center related to the implementation of the policies, programs for the upliftment and development of particular classes or group of people, like tribes, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, etc., so that they also develop. And for this, the center can issue the orders to the state government to implement the welfare schemes. Then the governor can also recommend the president's rule in a state if the state government or the state machinery or the state system fails to obey the orders or instructions, and that fails to obey the obligations of the same machinery towards the constitution, or if it is not functioning or acting according to the constitution. So then also in certain conditions that may give rise to tension, clashes, disturbance, so then the governor can recommend the union government to implement the president rule in that particular state. Another thing is interstate council. Interstate council means a group of people that is appointed for having good state and central relation, and for good and harmonious relations between and among the states also. So that is called interstate council, and that can be established by the president. Why? In order to develop good, harmonious and smooth relations and cooperation between the center and the states. And next topic, for having the administrative relations, smooth administrative relations between the center and state, and the main objective is the all round development of all the people living in any state in our country. So the governor of some states, and the governor, and about this also I had told you in the previous lecture also, that the governor of some states that are having some special conditions, geographical locations, etc., so the governor of such states are given special powers, okay, and more powers to ensure the socio-economic development of the people in their state. Thank you.